Friends, today I'm going to talk about Salesforce effectiveness the way I see it. For the last 3 or 4 months, attended a lot of webinars and heard some stalwarts in the industry talk about how the business is going to shape up in the future. What should marketing do, sales reps do, sales management do, companies do, organizations do, HR do post COVID in order to be impactful or order to grow, order to remain sustainable, remain viable. And there are some very beautiful thoughts given by, and this is my effort of summarizing my understanding in terms of how do we navigate the future post COVID, and this is my take from a Salesforce effectiveness perspective. So, what I'm trying to build in this conversation, in this quick video, is that where do we focus? Organizations that are focused on only making profits and making money, those organizations are going to find tough in the post-COVID era. But organizations that are building institutions, organizations that are building systems and processes, are the organizations that will be able to go through this COVID and the changes and the future much better. And this is the core difference. So there are certain organizations that focus on institution building, focus on building the processes and systems, is driven by certain passion and goals and vision, not just profits, are the ones who are going to survive. So these organizations that build institution will focus on four critical aspects post COVID, and if they strengthen these four dimensions of their existence, they will be able to manage it really well. The first aspect that every organization needs to build is build brands. Now, if an organization has already got brands, they are going to be the least affected by COVID and by this lockdown. And companies that don't have brands, they've been basically selling products and making profits by doing CRM or by doing barter or by doing persuasive sales, they will suffer the most. You will see a lot of value getting eroded in these past 6 months. So, in India, in a branded generic market, what is brand building all about? Brand, though we may not have a unique, differentiated, product or a branded product or certain USPs that are drastically there in a branded generic market, it becomes essential that we build a character of a product. If this character of a product is communicated consistently over a long period of time, this differentiated value is sold to the customers and the customers buy it and the customers become loyal to your brands. And if you are able to create a brand in this branded generic market, you are here to stay for a longer period of time. So there are 3 points in this: build loyal customers, create a differentiated product, and have a consistent strategy in order to promote these differentiated products to your loyal customers. If you can manage this consistently beyond COVID or all throughout wherever you are sure to create a sustainable business that will create an impact. The second aspect, I believe, is building customer relationships. And customer centric organizations, people who put the customer in the center, are the ones that are going to survive. Now, what is putting a customer into the center? Most organizations, if you look at it, they strive to meet customer needs. They try to, satisfy a customer need. Very few organizations strive to create customer delight. So, what is customer delight? Give the customer a little more than what they expect. So, their customer needs can be met by many organizations. Very few organizations will be able to create customer delight. Your ability to appropriately customize your marketing tools to meet the customer or beat the customer's expectations is going to be a fundamental key for your survival and success. You need to create various platforms that help long term engagement with the customer. Now, these doing a barter, doing give and take, doing something that can be replaced easily by someone else is not going to work in the long run. At the same time, focus on creating customer experience at every point. So, if a medical rep is meeting a doctor, how does that interaction become a great experience? If they place an order, how do you service it becomes a place from where you will be able to create customer experience. So again, three very simple things: to keep in mind that create customized marketing tools for your customers, ensure that you create platforms for long term engagement, and focus on customer experience at multiple levels while you are having an interface with the customer. The third step is looking inwards. You need to build your people's competencies. Your sales reps, your marketing, the whole organization should be more competent than your competitor. And if you've got those competencies, that will take you further. So my whole point where I talk from a Salesforce effectiveness perspective, there we need to shift from this persuasive selling and postman selling to more professional selling, more relationship based selling, more scientific selling, more evidence based selling, more benefit selling. If you are able to bring in these concepts in your whole selling process, in the whole way that you look at your customers, you will be able to who is going to do this, who's bringing this shift? This is a competence that should be there with your sales force. So your ability to enable, empower and encourage your sales force to be able to do this with the customer, because your sales rep is the moment of truth. He is the company for the customer. He is the brand for the customer, and you need to really invest in building this particular brand, building this customer experience for your customers. So enable him, train him. You need to invest time, effort, energy in ensuring that their competence goes higher up. I've got one slide towards the end that I'm going to talk about as what are the competencies and what are the skills that we need to constantly invest onto our sales teams, so that they become that we enable them to create this professional selling and create this brand image and create this loyal customers. Second thing is empower them. Today we need to give them a lot of tools. There are things available digitally, there are things available on in terms of strategy, in terms of insights, in terms of inputs, in terms of brands, now products that you give them to sell. All these are tools that will empower them to be able to build that customer relationship and create that impact. So are people empowered? Do they have the best that it takes to convert a customer and look bright in front of a customer? And finally, encourage them. Your whole rewards and recognition system, your ability to appreciate, your ability to make them feel wanted. If you continue with the attritions of 20 and 30%, which is so common in pharma industry, you will find it. People rolling stone gathers no mosque. You'll never be able to create that brand. You'll never be able to create that loyal customers. So are people helping them stay, helping them grow, helping them stay and strive for the organization is something that is going to be very, very critical. And this is something that we need to really focus and take it in the future. And the final part is I'm talking about building the digital content, connect with the customers. Now, the point that I'm trying to say is that we need to get digitally smart. I don't believe that it's going to replace the human touch. Organizations are all about people, and marketing is all about people. And pharma marketing, the connect with the customer, medical rep and doctor relationship is going to stay. It's not going to get wiped off. It's never going to happen that all the 100% doctors move digitally and we start selling digitally. It's never going to happen. At the most 15%, 10 to 15% customers will have to be met digitally. The 90% of the 90, 95, 80 to 90% of the customers are going to continue to be met through medical representation face to face. So our ability to be able to interact with these customers is the medical reps are going to stay. But those 10% of the customers who are moving digitally or who need to be connected digitally, whoever we are meeting face to face, augment those processes by giving them digital inputs, make it more accessible, more easy to transmit knowledge and create connect. So if we can create this augmented effort in and use digital, use AI, use all these future technologies to empower the medical rep, to build the brand, to maintain a customer connect, you will be very, very successful. So create digital connect with the customers, have data, have information, we should be able to reach there, and we should reach there without irritating the customer and be available. So everything is available. So look at your websites, look at your data, look at your YouTube channels, look at your promotional material. If someone wants to look at information, will they come to you as a company to seek that information? Because information will be available a lot on the net today. So how are you, organizing it and making it easy for your customers? So create that digital strategy to connect with the customers. Do it with your employees also. Use training modules. There's a lot that you can impart through digitally to your employees also. Build digital channels. You need to be able to sell your products through through the e-commerce. You need to have to create that digital channel, create digital channel of communication, create many other feedback mechanisms that can work. So various channels that are available, use that digitally wherever you can, and create great digital content. So my whole point is that digital is not going to replace the human content. Digital is going to augment the human effort, but you will be able to, the clutter is so much, there are so many people looking at or so many people providing digital content. How does your digital content stand out? How does your digital content augment the existing processes, is going to be a key to success. So it's not a replacement, but it's augmentation here. And finally, I say that, manage the moments of truth. I believe that in an organization, these four skills, these were considered the 21st century skills: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. These are skills that we need to build in our teams, in our people, in our face that meets the customer. So train your medical reps, train your sales managers, train your marketing people to ensure and reflect that the organization communicates things well. They are listening to their customers and they are articulating whatever they want to say. They are collaborating with their customers. Your medical reps have great interpersonal skills. They display a lot of empathy, and they are able to build good partnerships with the customer. It's going to be very, very critical to survive. Have critical thinking, your ability to be proactive and display ownership. So if and building brands is going to require a lot of that. You cannot be someone who's reactive in your approach and thereby impress anybody. So what is your proactive content in creating delight? How do you display ownership? How do you do that, make the customer feel one with the organization, is going to be a very, very important aspect. And finally, creativity, your digital content, how can you differentiate, how can you clear? Leadership is going to be needs to be very creative. So the conventional concepts are not working. Effective management is not working. So we need to build these four C's, as we call it: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, to manage the future. So these are were some of my thoughts in building SFE, and on each of this I plan to go into details and talk about it in the future. But for now, thank you for watching and God bless. Thank you.